Hello everyone, and welcome back to Inspiration for Your Soul. I'm Callie Rawson, and today's guest, Renee Lamontagne, is a rock star musician who plays the 12-string guitar for the band Repenter. They performed at the legendary Troubadour and the Peppermint, and this past year, he launched his first official music video, You Should Come With Me. He also performed live to an audience of thousands in Taiwan that was televised globally. Please welcome Renee Lamontagne. So you are a singer-songwriter.
I am.
You're an actor too?
Not really. This is just a tiny bit. I do voiceover once in a while.
Well, I saw your music video, and you were a great actor in that, when you played the dad.
Yes.
And what's the song that it was again?
You Should Come With Me.
Oh, so beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. It was a very fun challenge creating that song.
So did you write also the scenes too for the music video?
I had a little idea. The only idea I had was, it could be fun to have our friend's daughter, she was 4, to have her painting my face while I'm singing the song. And then I shared that with Vincent, and we just started brainstorming about an idea for the video. But I didn't have any song yet fit with that idea. So I went down to the music room and I just created a song, and Vincent and I went back and forth with the lyrics, trying to really make it fit perfectly with that idea. And
so beautiful.
In 2 weeks about. And then we shot the video in an afternoon.
So you had the story first, and then you made the song to go with the story.
Correct.
Wow.
I had a part of a story, an idea, and I started from that idea and create a melody, and then we just put lyrics on top of it.
So do you usually write songs like that? You have a story? And then
No, actually I don't. That's not how I write songs. Usually, sometimes I have a kind of emotion that I want to translate, but most of the time I just jam, with my guitar, vocal, fake words, total gibberish, fake English words, and I just let myself go. I go
like
in any
sound
direction where my little voice tells me to go. And then I let the music flow like this, and then I pick up patterns and melody that I like, and I repeat them, and then eventually that's how I create a song. And once I have the melody and some fake words over it, I just put real word on top of it.
Oh, wow. So I was wondering what you were talking about, the gibberish.
Yeah.
It's almost like a sound.
It is a sound.
Oh, wow.
It's just some vowels or some kind of fake words or some real words here and there kind of sound interesting. And then I replace them with real word, basically.
Wow, that's
trying
very
to create a
interesting.
story out of it.
So what about your songwriting or songwriting and putting the chords? How does that inspire your soul?
How do I? Well, the best thing in art, personally, it's when you let yourself go totally. You stop thinking. This is really hard, but when I create and I start just playing with my microphone and my headset, and then just sing fake words and just go with the flows without thinking, without saying, oh, what chord should I put after that, and just let it all out. To me, it's like the total freedom, and that's what I love the most in creating. And with art, it's freedom of expression. It's the freedom to go anywhere you want without any restriction.
Ooh.
After that, you put your own restriction, to create the piece. But during the moment you create it, it's total freedom, and that's exactly what people want. Total freedom.
Do you push record? When you're in your creation, you push record so you can hear back what you did?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because sometimes, I can play a riff that I really like, and it goes, and it comes and it goes, and then I play all this stuff, and it's like, oh my God, this riff was so good. I have to go back and listen to it again to relearn it.
Wow. Wow.
And then I start from there and I try to go somewhere else.
So when you're expressing yourself in this kind of medium with the singing and songwriting and just letting it all go, does it help you like release stuck emotions so that you can move on in your life? Like, you know, if you're...
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if I feel sad or I feel angry or whatever I'm feeling inside, doing that kind of like nonsense jam really helps me to release that emotion out. And from that, I can find some parts for a new piece that is really interesting and it is really true. Even if there's no word, the emotion is there and the melody is there. And yeah, it's a therapy. It's basically a therapy, you know?
And so have you been writing music your whole life? Or did you start recently? Or when did you get inspired to start singing and writing music?
I kind of started when I was 19, 20 years old. But that was on and off. That was not something that I really dived in. I was more in poetry before that. I was writing like a crazy person. I was writing every single night, like pages and pages of stuff in French.
So you're a poet, basically.
Well, I was basically training. I don't know if I can say I'm a poet, but I was basically, I think, training to become a songwriter. But I was writing in French at the time, because that's my first language.
So when did you learn English?
School, watching my movies in English. I did English immersion in an English part of Canada when I was 18.
Oh, so you didn't have English in your life when you were
only at school, you know, but you learn it and you just forget it immediately.
Yeah.
Because
at home,
you're
speaking French all the time.
We all speak French and nobody speaks English, so you kind of learn it and you forget it immediately.
Yeah.
It's like math.
But you're talking to me in fluent English and you sound incredible. You sound better than most people that were born here.
Oh, but wow, thank you. I appreciate that comment. You know, I have a great mentor. I have a great mentor who really helped me still every single day.
Really?
You know, to if I want to sing in English and if I want to, you know, have a career singing in English, well, I need to be able to pronounce it well and. You know,
but it's nice to have a little accent, you know?
I will never be able to get rid of it. And thank God.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I love it.
Part of me.
You know? Yeah, exactly. So we're here on the show talking about inspiration for your soul. So is there a time in your life that you were derailed pursuing what you loved in the arts? A moment that you can remember, something?
Yeah, like many times. I mean, nothing major, but there's a lot of struggle. You know, you're an artist. You want to eventually be able to earn your life doing what you love. And it's very tough, it's very competitive, and blah, 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 but you know, you just have to keep doing it. But I remember there's some moments that I was like, you know what, I don't think it works out. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I don't know if my songs are really good, and I'm just getting very depressed. And what am I doing? You know, sitting hours and hours trying to create something that might not go anywhere. And instead, you know, maybe I should just focus on having a real job and making money, and then, you know, start putting some saving on the side and all that stuff, and just have a normal life, you know. But you know, many times I wanted to quit, stop playing guitar, sell my entire gear downstairs, and say, you know, that's over. You know, I want to move on with my life. But
what kept you on track to keep pursuing it? Because now you recently went on a trip to Taiwan.
Yeah.
And you're with a new rock band, and you learned 9 songs in like 5 days.
Yeah.
I mean, you're extraordinary. 12 strings. You didn't even play that. So tell us what got you back on track. I remember you were going through a little bit of a struggle. What got you back on track?
faith, perseverance.
Yeah.
You know, no matter, I mean, just the whole experience of going to Taiwan and perform. I didn't perform with a band there. I performed my acoustic, two acoustic songs, and just that whole experience just opened my eyes. Oh my God, you know, everything is possible, and you don't need to have like a whole huge orchestra or anything behind you. You can just do it with your own voice, your own words, and your own guitar, and that's it. And that was a major thing to me, to just bring me back on a track that, okay, it is really possible. You just have to work hard. And, you know, failing, it's one of the most incredible things that can happen in your life. Why? Because if you never fail, you're just going to go on a straight line. But if you fail and you understand the real value of working hard and just get up, you know, work harder, and suddenly you got results. I mean, this is the best thing on earth.
Yeah, it's kind of neat to think about what you just said. Having failure be part of your life. Like, and if you do fail, it means that you are pursuing something.
You are doing something. You are working towards something.
Yeah, because if you're not failing, then you're probably not doing anything.
Well, do you know anybody who's successful or not, or
no,
who never failed? It's impossible. And you cannot reach anything in your life without any help. You know? So failing is part of the process. Asking for help is part of the process. Working your butt off is part of the process. Never give up is a part of the process.
So tell me a little more like about asking for help. Like, what specifically did you say, this is where I need help?
That's a good question. I mean, well, let's say just with my English at the beginning, you know, I needed a lot of help to break some patterns that I had, you know, that they were totally wrong, the way to speak, sentences and all that stuff. And, you know, I just opened myself to be corrected all the time, every time I was doing a mistake, talking like all the time. And eventually you register it and you use that help, and then suddenly you get better and better, and your brain processes it and you get better.
So practice too.
Yeah.
Do you practice every day?
Yeah, I try to be aware every day of all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'm just lazy, like everybody is sometimes, and you just blah blah blah, and you don't care about doing your mistakes when you talk.
You gotta take a little bit of a break once in a while.
Once in a while to process the information, but I mean, it's like when I learned those 9 songs on a 12 strings that I never played before in 5 days, and I'm still sore of playing it. But anyway,
because you have muscles in between your bones that you never even know you
have. Exactly, and there's some stretch. But
and you had a trainer that was helping you and all that?
No, I just shot my friend playing it on my phone, basically.
You're incredible.
I brought it home and I was looking for hours. Okay, what is he doing here?
Wow.
Okay. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But
like I said, you practice. You put in the work.
So much, hours and hours, and then until the point that I was totally lost. I was mixing a song to another one. I was playing a part, and then suddenly I was like in the other song, and so I took like 2 days off, and I came back and I played a song, and I was so much better because my brain processed the information. So,
but you're committed. You took the time. You practiced. Like a lot of people, they think they're going to be successful just by being lazy every single day.
I'm sorry, I have bad news for you guys. But yeah, I mean, I am pursuing my dream, you know, and I'm getting closer and closer. Great things happening right now, and great thing comes from great work, and never give up. And you know, I play these songs over and over again, and I'm still playing them almost every day to get better and better and better. You know,
that's amazing. So you're learning English and you're learning guitar. That's 2 different languages.
Totally.
So that's really impressive.
I learned guitar before, but when it's a new instrument like a 12 string
Yeah.
compared to a 6 strings, well, it's another world.
Oh,
It's a lot harder.
yeah.
But it's just, the reward is so incredible at the end. It's like, oh my god, I can play 12 string flute. You know,
That's incredible. Congratulations.
it's just a tiny little example, but you know, you can apply this on everything.
You're inspiring me to work even harder, you know, to practice something over and over, you know, not just a couple times. Because you were practicing several hours a day, every day.
Like 10,
9
12 hours
songs?
a day. Oh yeah, when you have to learn that many songs in a small period of time. And these are hard songs, they're rock with different time signatures in it. Well, there's two choices here. You miss the train, or you try it as hard as you can, you show up for the rehearsal, you do it, and then you see what happens from there.
So tell me how it felt when you performed in Anaheim. It was the House of Blues?
The House of Blues, our first show together with me, with the band. That was great. I was a little terrified. You know, it's our first show, but at the same time, I was so excited because I love the music. And
what are you guys playing?
What
kind of music?
Oh, it's rock. It's rock music. It's kind of dark rock, emotionally charged. The music visited the deep, dark emotion that human can have, and show us a path to kind of get out of there towards the light.
Excellent! Just like this show.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to experience dark moments.
All the time.
Yeah. And a lot of people are suffering. And I'm so thankful that you're here sharing your story so that you can inspire other people. Just keep going and to work hard and practice and just keep going.
And when you think you work hard enough, this is where you have to work harder. And this is where you just bring yourself up to the next level.
And what is your band's name?
Repenter.
Oh.
Repenter.
Interesting.
Right?
Repent.
Repent. Repenter music. Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for inspiring our audience. And all the
We're all in the same boat. You know, all in the same boat.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Callie. I'm really grateful.